Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is curious. Why can't anyone see anything? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm hoping someone can hear me. Oh, there we are. Okay, thank you so much. I said if only one person joins, I am so excited. Thank you so much. Today, I wanted to share some ideas on surviving this thing. You've heard the numbers, and it's very disturbing for Black people I know right now to hear how we are disproportionately affected by COVID-19. And I wanted to share some ideas on how to make it through. I'm just going to stop and pause a moment of silence for those who have passed on, like Bill Withers, Ellis Marcellus, and many, many others. Thank you so much. I also want to thank my staff who somehow or another just knew. They just told me, we're good. I did not know. I still don't know how on earth I will pay anyone even besides the rent. It's just really a challenge right now. But thankfully, to know such high quality people like that, it's really an honor. Thank you all so much for joining me. I said if one person is here with me, I am going to go forward. So what you see here is me channeling my inner geek as going through this quarantine. And so I've put together some PowerPoint slides on ways to survive this COVID-19, because that's what we're trying to do as Black people. We're trying to survive this thing. So I'm just going to get right into these slides, and I might not be able to see your comments while I'm going through them, but I will check it from time to time. So here we go. I'm going to just transition. Okay, and then I'm going to transition one more time. And here we go. Okay, so how are we getting through this thing? I've got 10 items listed. 10 items listed. Okay, here we go. First things first. At this time, since all we can really do is just sit in our homes, I would suggest, these are all suggestions. I'm sure you are already doing things that are working for you, and I'm just sharing the things that are working for me, and hopefully together we can come up with something even better. Because I'm thinking on the other side of this thing, when we come out of it, we should be better than ever before. We should be better, stronger. After all, we come from such a rich people, and their strength really has been a model for us to show. So we can do this, and we're going to do this. So the first things first, I have here in my hand the item number 1, the lemon water. I've been a vegetarian or a vegan or plant-based, I do like that terminology, for 26 years, and on occasion, I'm not able to pinpoint what it is about my diet that is contributing to my ailment. And when I get into that space, I have found that if I just drink some lemon water, some of you remember going to high-end restaurants and they will serve water with a slice of lemon. a pitcher of water with a slice of lemon. Well, it turns out that that is such a great mucus buster, and it's something everyone can do so simply. And I personally put it in just room temperature water, spring water or filtered water, and I just put in a few drops. I don't even, like the picture shows there, I don't even put that much. That's a lot to me personally because it's that strong for me. I have a very sensitive stomach lining. So some of you are able to drink that water upon rising, right after you're breaking your fast for breakfast, or rather before breakfast. I tried it that way, but it was a little too strong for me, so I recommend it after meals. But and it works so without even your knowing it. It's I'll say non-invasive is the only term I can think of it at this time. It's very gentle is a better word. It's very gentle in how it works. And so, of course, I'm not a doctor, just so you know. My father did used to call me Dr. Nosemo, but I've never, I have taken Dr. Africa's class, so I have, I got a few things under my belt, and I have been plant-based for 26 years. So I know some things, and that's all I'm really going to talk about today are my personal experiences. I don't like to share, I like to share things that I have personally gone through, rather than what somebody said that that's too far removed for me to feel comfortable to recommend. So anyway, number one is lemon water. Number two is to consider doing a cleanse. And there's a book from way back in the day called The Master Cleanser. I have it here on the right. I hope you can see my cursor. The Master Cleanser. It's a small little booklet. We sell it. All of these books and everything, by the way, are on sale on my site. Let me make sure you can see me. Yeah. Are on sale on www.afriwarebooks.com. Okay. It is a tiny booklet, and it shows you how much lemon to put with water and maple syrup in order to do an extended cleanse. Cleanses aren't for everyone. I've tried this one personally, and I think I did it for 2 weeks, even though it suggests 1 week. The first day is the hardest, where you're like, oh my gosh, I need something to eat. But after that, it's pretty smooth sailing. The only caution I would say is when you're coming off of any cleanse is to always eat fruits and vegetables and not cooked foods. But some of you, I think, should consider taking a cleanse while we're on quarantine, because you'll get a lot of toxins out of your system. It kind of puts a reset onto your body. You can tolerate more than you used to, more. I mean, you shouldn't do it solely for this reason, but you can tolerate more junk food than you used to if you do a cleanse, because it's like a restart. Okay, I also have on here African Holistic Health, and may he rest in power. Dr. Africa made his transition a few weeks ago, I want to say, and I just thought, oh my goodness, for him to have made his transition right before the lockdown, I think what we can learn from the timing of it, there's a reason for everything. The timing of it is that he left a wealth of information on natural healing remedies. And right now, what I'm experiencing with this COVID-19 is just an oversaturation with the idea that hospitals have all the answers. And I just don't personally believe that. I started my, I'll say, alternate or natural remedy journey 26 years ago when I hurt my back. I couldn't walk. I went to the hospital. They told me take some Tylenol and you'll be fine. I took the Tylenol and it was so bad. I just opened the store. My mother, my beautiful mother who may be on, I can't see any comments yet. She came all the way from Atlanta. She was living there with Dad and ran the store for me. Some of you may have remembered that when she did that. So sweet. Anyway, I was in that much pain. I couldn't even lean over the basin, the wash basin, to brush my teeth because that was putting too much pressure on my back. I was in that much pain. And so after that, I started talking to people, and someone mentioned chiropractic care, which is so non-invasive, is no medicine, nothing to take internally, but it made all the difference. I couldn't believe I was walking again. I was pain-free. And so that was my introduction to natural healing treatments. And this book, African Holistic Health, has many others. Colors is one. Crystals are one. There's so many other options available to us. And I just thought that I wanted to share with everyone that, there's so much available. There's so much available. And I think part of feeling depressed or stressed has to do with feeling that you're out of options, And, our history goes back thousands of years with these healing treatments, and they just are not recognized by Western medicine, but that doesn't make them any less effective, So anyway, I highly recommend African Holistic Health. I have all 3 editions that he came out with. It's a wonderful book. Next, Heal Thyself. I think this is probably my number 1 recommendation for those who let me I'm just going to take a peek at the comments just to make sure that you're hearing me. Okay, yes. Thank you all so much. Oh, this is so encouraging. Okay, I'm going to go back to the slides here. Okay, so Heal Thyself. This book is awesome because to me it's a user-friendly approach to changing your dietary and lifestyle habits. She gives you a template and she gives you substitutes. So instead of sugar, you can use maple syrup, or instead of salt, you can use. She has it laid out in that fashion, and I think that is such a good approach to provide a substitute rather than to just tell people just say no. That doesn't work. That's not sustainable. And so, of course, that one is great. And she did a book signing at the store as well. She's a beautiful person. The last book I have on here, I'm going to probably do a separate video on vaccines are dangerous because as you are following this COVID-19, that's the next thing. That's the next thing that they're talking about. And personally, I mean, as a child, of course, before I knew about the hazards of vaccines, I did have several. But in my adult life, when I had to go to, when I went to Africa, for example, I didn't get a vaccine. Now, this is, of course, a personal choice, right? It's a big decision. But I'd read about it and, about the hazards of vaccines. Of course, this is my personal experience. And I didn't go, when I had to go in to get the vaccination for travel abroad, I wasn't trying to cause any trouble. I wasn't trying to get out of it. I had sort of resolved myself, okay, this is just what I have to do. I'd rather go to the continent. But what happened when I was there, the person administering the vaccine, she said, "Do you have any allergies?" I said, "Well," I think I was a vegetarian 12 years at the time. I said, "Well, I haven't had dairy in 12 years, and whenever I do, I get very sick." I just said that. And it was as if, I don't know what got into her after I said that. She dashed off somewhere. She came back with a sheet of paper, almost nervously handing it to me, saying, "Oh, just sign this and you'll be exempt. You don't have to take this vaccine." I was like, "Oh, wow." I didn't know that. So apparently, there may have been some dairy product in the vaccine, of course, that they don't tell you about, but she knew about, and I did not have to take that vaccine. I did take the malaria pill, after that, because some others said, "Oh yeah, just take that," and that made me horribly sick. I got horribly sick. And so I know that they're considering that now as a remedy, untested, for COVID-19. Excuse me. I won't be taking it. I won't be taking it. Y'all can make up your own decision. I'm not a doctor. I'm going to say that several times. I got horribly sick. And you had to take it once a week on a Wednesday. And I would get sick every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. So anyway, we all have to make up our own minds. We have to live with our decisions. And I am proud to live with that one. I tell you that. Okay, next up. So you're getting you're thinking about, the first one was reviewing your diet. Now I'm talking about rest and relaxation. There shouldn't be any excuses now. You should be getting plenty of rest and relaxation through this COVID quarantine. Maybe 2 and 3 naps a day if you like. I mean, just spa yourself out. I have really been enjoying myself. I've been catching up on, oh my gosh. And so often I'm not getting it. So I'm just really happy to catch up on my rest. And rest in complete silence and darkness. I made sure my curtains are all pulled. Put your cell phone away. There are, electronic signals coming from that cell phone. You shouldn't sleep with your cell phone. Google it. There's a lot more about it, radiation, etc. Of course, you have to make up your own minds. That's fine. I choose not to sleep with my cell phone nearby. Get 8 hours or whatever your optimum is. Everybody doesn't do 8 hours. And that's fine. Just do whatever is best for you. And you can heal while you sleep. There's many options available. And make sure your mattress is comfortable too. You might want to review that. I remember that made all the difference in my back issues, is the firmness of my mattress. There's essential oils that you can use, an eye mask, crystals, and that's going to lead me to my next, I didn't even talk about the books on this page. Let me talk about the books on this page. So our number one best-selling book during COVID-19 is shown on this slide, and that is Rocks of Ages. That is the only book, it's an awesome book, that is the only book, to my knowledge, on crystals by a person of color, by a black male. It is an awesome, awesome, awesome book. And by the way, for those of you who prefer to purchase your books on Amazon, that book right now is selling for $913. $913. If you go to Afriware Books site, it's selling for $30. Okay? Please share that information. Amazon is not always the answer. I'm not saying there's not any room in the world for Amazon. Okay? But check with us. Please, at least give us an opportunity to do business with you. We are honored to do so. Okay, next, How to Eat to Live, also on this page. Elijah Muhammad, brother Elijah Muhammad, wrote this book years ago. It's a classic. He talks about eating one meal a day. So some of you may want to consider that. The number 2 best-selling book on this COVID-19 quarantine is Opening to Spirit by Shola Arewa down here. It talks about chakras and other healing treatments. There's so much, again, available to you. There's another book called Back to Eden. That is a classic. I don't know how many times it's been, reprinted. It's filled with hundreds and hundreds of herbal remedies. Everything you want to know about herbal remedies. That's the only book here that is not written by a black person. Highly recommended. Okay, next slide. So you're getting your diet together, you're resting, relaxing, and of course, you're reading. You should be reading everything you can get your hands on, all those books that you said one day I'm going to read. Okay? Physical books, just so you know, and this is on our website when you go to external links. Okay, there is a benefit in reading a physical book, okay, versus an ebook. There has been a study that shows that a physical book allows you to have memory recall of chronology of events better than if you read the book online or on an ebook. It also helps with empathizing with a character, and that's probably one of the main problems in American society today, is that disconnect from the human spirit. And so, physical books, they found that physical books allow that connection, allow you to connect better in that way. Okay? What should you be reading? It's, of course, whatever your interest is. But I'll just share my personal interests are our victories. I love reading about what we have done as a people. It is so empowering. The Montgomery bus protest, for example, 388 days we were dedicated to not shop, not board the bus. So that is electrifying to me. I think it should be a course of study, right? Our victories. What did we do that worked? That's what I like to focus on. Haiti, what happened there? How were they able to gain independence? Let's study these things. Let's take what worked and use it today. The Underground Railroad. I mean, this was some seriously adverse conditions. Harriet Tubman and many others, right, broke free, said anywhere is better than here. And so let's study that. Let's look over that. Let's see what we can use from that. Of course, we also have our champions shown on this page. Marcus Garvey. Recently, the Library of Congress released some pictures that are available to the public. And one of those pictures, I just searched on Marcus Garvey, and there's a picture of this beautiful ship. I forgot the name of the ship. I think it was called the Phyllis Wheatley. I mean, can you just imagine living during that time period and seeing this huge ship that we owned? I mean, that gives me strength. That kind of thing gives me strength. Malcolm X, of course, timeless classic, his autobiography. Anthony Browder, anything he has written. That's probably the number one book I recommend to people who say, I don't know where to begin. I tell them start with Anthony Browder. Of course, Harriet Tubman, and then George Washington Carver. I'm absolutely fascinated with him. He talked to the plants. How do you do that? I want to get everything he's possibly written. And it turns out there was no autobiography written on him, even though he begged, I think it was Random House publisher, to publish a work that was already complete. They never printed it. But now, as of this year, and that's the center book that I have, George Washington Carver did write bulletins for the agricultural department. Okay, so any of you gardeners, oh my goodness, you need to get your hands on that, because he was writing to the everyday black men and women. He was writing to us, right? So we wouldn't have to be dependent on commercial fertilizers and big business. That's who he was writing for us. He left a high-paying job to work at Tuskegee. Oh, he's fascinating. You'll have to... Oh, I just love everything about him. In one case, in this one book I read, I wish I remember the name of it, about him, he used to give massages with peanut oil to people who came with muscular sclerosis. And one white male who was a racist came to him. And after the treatment, oh my gosh, it is snowing out. After the treatment, he said, God must have been a black man. Now, I want to know more about someone who is causing that kind of effect on people. I want to know more. I want to read more, And that is the kind of curiosity I'm hoping that you will nurture during this time. Whatever your interests lie, find out everything you can about it. Okay, so I'm going to check the comments really quick just to see. I see that it's up and down, and that's cool. I'm going to just see, do you have that book in by Carver? You can order it. Everything, all of the books mentioned are on the site. Thank you, Mom, and Abio and Danielle. $900, yes, it's true. Lavender is my favorite essential oil I think you're talking about. Angela, Darlene, yes, the body cannot heal unless we are still. Yes. Oh, you all are just so encouraging. Thank you. I'm going to continue forward. Yes, every book that is shown in this PowerPoint is on our website. And I hope my microphone that I got just for this occasion, I really geeked out. Really geeked out to get this together. Okay, so I'm going to go on. Sorry. Okay, number 4, read to our children. So, of course, I have 3, read yourselves. And then the children should also be reading. Lupita Nyong'o, who was very popularly known. She's been an actress long before Black Panther. But, yeah, she did a fantastic job in that film. This is her book on skin complexion and acceptance and understanding, being appreciative and loving of who we are as a people. Jared Robinson, another best-selling author, children's book, I Can Be Anything. Hair Love, a lot of you have seen online the short film on that, and it's a book too. Okay, it's a book. I Love My Haircut is Natasha Tarpley. She wrote the book I Love My Hair. This is the companion for the young men. I Love My Haircut. There's about 30 in the series of the who was and who were line. I only have a few here: Bob Marley, Stevie Wonder, Rosa Parks, Muhammad Ali, Negro Leagues, and Tuskegee Airmen. But there's about 30. All 30 of them are not on my website, but if you DM me. I can get that to you. Don't worry. These books are only $5.99. Adults have come back and said, look, I read that for myself because I just wanted a quick overview of who the personalities were. So, okay. So, yes, read to the children. Have the children read these books to themselves. Meditation or whatever your favorite calm, quiet, and comfortable activity is. For me, it's meditation. I do it every day for 30 minutes. Some people say 20 minutes, some people say 10. I've tried all of them. For some reason, 30 is the best for me. And of course, it's up to you. But with the loudspeakers of COVID-19, every single day you're hearing the number of deaths. And now as Black people, we are hearing that that is affecting us more so than anybody else. We need some downtime. You need to break away. I know I have to break away from that because it is too much, at one time. Because you don't want to be paralyzed, become paralyzed, right? You want to still be able to carry on with your lives. So I have a few books here listed. Acts of Faith has a daily quotation. It's in his 25th year, maybe 30 years by now. Pardon me, Acts of Faith by Ian Van Zandt, and a book called Black Zen. You can do yoga or whatever, stretching. You got to move every day. Some people think of yoga as a meditation, okay? So make it work for you. Put on your favorite music to relax to, something to get in a space where you can feel more grounded. That's the purpose of this slide. Number 6, you got to have exercise and fresh air. And I have here this plant over on the right, the Sansevieria. The reason I have that particular one there is because NASA has rated it specifically for indoor use. Because you may or may not know that while plants do absorb the carbon monoxide coming from us, or carbon dioxide coming from as we're expiration, I think I'm exhaling. You know what I'm trying to say. Plants like that, they absorb that. However, many of them in the evening do the opposite. So if you're in a close space, that won't work for you. But there are a few plants that do always give oxygen. Okay, and one of those plants is the Sansevieria, the snake plant, or the mother-in-law's tongue. I have them all over my space. Another one is the peace lily. I didn't list them all. Google it. Okay? And of course, I just love everything about plants. So I added this, The Secret Life of Plants. That's another book I'm rereading. I love the science behind it. It's related to George Washington Carver. You get it. The other books showing here, Catherine Dunham, she's a fantastic dancer. Josephine Baker, it's a newer book. It's a bit expensive, I must say, but it is on the website. And then some of you do martial arts. Brother Kamal Rashid. Oh, and let me also mention Yasir. If you want to know more, put it in the comment, and I will give you the link. They are both doing their practices online. You can do your yoga with them. It's just, they're awesome people. Create an indoor gym, or you can garden. You just basically have to keep things moving and flowing and balanced in your life so that you can keep it going. Keep it going, as my father used to say. Okay, next, number 7. Some of you may be inspired to write. Write in a diary. I've kept a diary since 6th grade when the teacher required us to take it. I can go back and look at my first love, all of that. I have that in my diary, And it's your space where you're just completely honest with yourself, and I just find it so therapeutic. I have one here, that's a blank ruled one. There's also one for teens who may be going through trauma or mental health issues. It comes with an app. When you purchase it, you find all that information out. Again, this is on our website. If you do a search on journal, you'll find it. We also have the fountain pens. You might want to, get stylish and use colorful pens or pencils when you're writing in your diary. Make it your own. There's no laws here that have to be followed. Make it your own. Customize it for your specific likes. Okay, that's number 7. I'm getting through this, and you all are so encouraging. Thank you so much. Number 8, you got to get your entertainment in. Of course, I have it toward the end because I think all those other things should come first. Entertainment, I have under here measured social media. You're not going to spend all day on social media like some people do, like I have from time to time. It's addicting, okay? You got to peel yourself away. You should have a life, okay? Live it. So watch the amount of time that you're spending on there. Play a board game. I've got down here, Mancala is a wonderful game. You can learn math at the same time. The children love it. That's also on the website. You can play Scrabble. That's on our website too. You can play chess, puzzles. We've got puzzles on the website. You can call people, make some, human contact. So that's number 8. And then we're winding down here, number 9. Thank you all for hanging so tough with me. Plan ahead, visualize, think about the future. We are going to still be here after this thing is over. Okay, we're going to be here. We were here in the beginning. All right? We learned a lot, and we have more to learn. So get organized, throw stuff away. Now, I'm talking to myself at the same time, by the way. I haven't gotten to that stage yet. I've done little bitty, tiny things that don't even count really. But, this is what we should be doing. Organizing, gathering information that leads to your passion. Reduce your footprint. Do you need all this extra material stuff that we have, that this society just kind of constantly is in our face? Get this. You don't need everything. And then reduce the dependence on the system, the man, or however you want to refer to it. Do your thing as independently as you can. That's healthy, to have something that is all your own. Use this time to make something new, create, design, innovate, invent, imagine something, wonder, become curious, start singing, dancing, drawing, doing something with art. It is your time to just uncover all of the gifts that are inside of you. Last but not least, and then I'm going to check your comments out, is what if? You know how sometimes when people ask, well, how do I find out what my purpose is? I have no idea. They say, well, what if you only had, 1 day left or 1 week left to live? That's supposed to inspire you to figure out what it is you are meant to do. Well, what if we, were left with just ourselves to get things done? What if we weren't so dependent on outside forces? What if we should just imagine those things? What would we do if this is all we have? What we have right now is all we have. What would you do? Okay? And on this slide I have a symbol of being independent. I have a symbol of Kujichagulia, defining ourselves. What would you do? What did we learn from people like Harriet Tubman, who didn't go on social media to, to start the Underground Railroad? She decided that for herself. What would you do? What would you do? Those are the types of questions we should be answering during this time, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, I thank you so much for giving me this space in your day to consider. These are just for consideration. Some things that are working for me. I'm going to go now for the next few more minutes to your comments and see if there's anything. Oh, Jarrett Robinson. Hey, yes, of course, Jarrett, and I hope you're doing better. I followed your Facebook post as well. I really, really hope things work out. Thank you, Franz Pelaban Smith. Sorry if I'm not saying that properly. Yes, mother-in-law's tongue, maybe. You're familiar with that. Greetings, Winona, Patrina. Thank you, Patrina, for sharing with Jarrett, Kyle, Zakia. You all are just absolutely fabulous. Do you have any questions? Let me just ask any questions. Or is there anyone who has something else you would like to share? I'm going to just quickly, I'm just going to pause a moment and cycle through these very quickly. I'm not going to say anything about them, just for those who may have just joined, so that you can see what I talked about at a glance, just 10 items. And I'll just check the comments one more time before signing off. And let's see here. Thanks, my mother is on. I didn't see her before. Thank you. Well, thank you all. I think that's going to be it for now. I'm sure I will share this after it finishes to the Afriware Facebook page. This will not be the last time you see me. I mean, I geeked out and got my green screen on and all that here. And this is the first edition of the Afriware Cultural Broadcast System, okay? This is not a test, and this is not the last time you're going to see this. I'm going to start interviewing other authors. In fact, on Saturday, on another Facebook Live, I'm going to bring on a certified herbalist to talk more about some of the herbs that you should be considering during COVID-19. And that person is none other than Benjamin Stanton. Yeah, some of you remember him. He's still doing it. He's still going strong, and I'm gonna hope that I can get my audio together to bring him on via Zoom or some other way. But yeah, this is not the end of this. And again, I appreciate all of you for your participation, and stay strong, right? Stay strong. I got my lemon water here. Through this, we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.